You know, the best part about being in shape is that you just feel ready. Ready for what? Well, that's just it. You never know what's going to happen, so you might as well be ready. Move, damn you! Dear Larry, saw your episode recently. Was wondering if you could break down for me how you learned the butterfly twist. Well, there are dozens and dozens of tutorials for the butterfly twist specifically, so instead of just repeating what other people have done better, I'm going to just give some general advice on stuff that can help with anything you're trying to learn, acrobatically speaking. Get yourself on video. And this, for whatever you're trying to learn, get yourself on video every step of the way. You need to be able to match how something feels with how it looks. And just because you manage to get on your feet does not mean that it looks anything like it does in your head. And like, your friends might tell you it looks awesome, or you may be able to see part of yourself in the mirror when you're doing something acrobatic, but you need to know what the whole thing looks like. Let's take, for instance, my butterfly twist. Butterfly twist is basically a 360 horizontal rotation in the air. And that was the first trick I absolutely needed to learn. I was like 17 or something when I started trying to figure it out. 14, 15 years ago, not everybody had a video camera. It's so easy now. Like cereal boxes can basically record MP4s now. But anyway, months and months and months of training and crashing and everything, and then finally one day I land on my feet. And it was just this incredible moment in my life, and I went around showing everybody, and I was practicing it after school, and I thought I was the shit. I thought I was amazing because I learned this trick, I taught it to myself, and I can land on my feet. So one day, I asked my friend to take some pictures of me practicing after school. So I finally got a real good look at my butterfly twist, and it looked like this. Yeah. So basically then my whole world came crashing down. I borrowed my friend's video camera, took it into the backyard of my house, and I just tore that sucker down and relearned it completely from scratch because I looked like I was doing my best impression of a crushed up Coke can getting thrown out of a window. And I was not cool with that. And basically everything I thought felt and looked a certain way was completely wrong. Like, I swore my legs were straight. If you can't see yourself in the mirror or anything, yeah, get that shit on video, man. Anything you're trying to learn. Seeing it objectively, that's the biggest help in the world. Double, especially if you're working on any kind of flip. Oh, that's the second thing I wanted to talk about. When you're learning anything acrobatic that has to do with jumping or flipping, usually the hardest thing for people to achieve is any kind of height. And for the most part, it just usually has to do with just a lot of repetition and building up the power to get up in the air, you know. But it just as much has to do with your technique. And what a lot of people don't think about is, don't just think about what your arms and legs are doing. Think about how your arms and legs are affecting the center of your body. What are your arms and legs doing to get it up there in the first place, and how can it get it as high as possible? It's finding that balance between height and rotation, but most times people are just lacking in height. Yeah, anytime you approach any kind of airborne trick and you need height on that sucker, think about your center of gravity and how high that can get. The higher your center of gravity is going to be, the higher the whole thing is going to be. That in itself is probably a whole other rant on learning how to do a backflip or something, but maybe next week.